Hi everybody. Reason for the talk today. Good news. We've got the New Zealand government are going to spend $9 million on trying to tell people, well, basically lie to people that tell them that 5G is safe. So well done everybody in New Zealand. Fantastic. When the governments have got to step up their game and lie to you about the technicalities of 5G, then obviously shows that there's a significant increase in people's awareness what 5G is. Now, we know that governments are liars. We know that MPs lie on their behalf. Obviously, the ICNIRP guidelines, we've been getting a lot of MPs are writing back to constituents and saying that this technology fits within the ICNIRP guidelines. I can tell you that that's a lie. It's a fabricated lie. They're not to know that, but I'm going to tell them now it's a lie. So they're lying on behalf of the government. It's not their job. Their job's to represent you. That's what you pay them for. That's why you pay tax, for representation, not for them to be mouthpieces for a lying cabal, for the misinformation coming out of Public Health England and other places to lie to you about the technology. 5G is genocide. 5G is experimental. It's uninsurable. It's an untested, uninsurable technology. Uninsurable should tell you all you need to know. The industry, the insurance industry, will insure a satellite, a rocket taking a satellite to the ionosphere, unfortunately, and past the ionosphere. Very risky business. They won't insure 5G to harm to a human. The reason why is because it was developed as a weapon system, and it is there specifically to do harm. Not only does it do harm, the LED streetlight mast that carries the 5G transmitter is toxic. It's toxic to biological life. It's retina and retinal cell toxic. It kills specifically pollinators at the frequencies that are emitted from that LED. That's an environmental crime. So there's a lot of crimes being committed by the cabal now. It's pretty obvious to people. They only have to go out and look at the light system. That point source lights, they are illegal. They took that point source and they focus it directly at you. All right, so it's angulated, so it actually focuses to the person. So you don't actually have to walk underneath it. It actually catches your eyes at an angle. Shown that in the videos. Pretty strange that, isn't it? So you've got the most dangerous type of light emitter you can in the terahertz range, and the most dangerous part of the terahertz range fitted, masquerading as a streetlight outside your home, with a 5G transmitter normally attached to the top, the scan 3D map your home. Obviously, the article that was in the Daily Star the weekend, it's all about the 3D mapping capability of the equipment, which is also illegal. So the legal spine capability of the equipment is pretty obvious. It's an offence. So obviously, what I'm going to say to people, I'm the messenger. We've got the technical, scientific, documentary evidence to prove that. And we've also got a barrister who's collating all that information. There's a number of legal teams across the world now who are looking at taking action against either their governments or agencies who are behind this. So the FCC are on a bit of a pickle. They've got themselves a bit of an issue to deal with. In fact, they've got a few issues to deal with, which is all quite amusing from my perspective. So the whole dominoes are starting to fall, all right? And what I'm going to say to the people who are behind this, you think these are clever. You think these are clever. I mean, I've just got another letter from a person in the gated area where they're telling them that these transmitters aren't on. They're only on. They only report once a day. I mean, unbelievable. And people actually putting their name to it. Breaking the law. The laws are the law. They're in a book. If you think the controllers are going to come to your rescue when you're in that court, believe us, think again. So the no risk document, the notorious document that was put out by Gateshead Council and sanctioned by their executive team, right, where they said there was no risk to the LEDs. These are the toxic, illegal LEDs in breach of the Nuremberg Code LEDs, the ones that absolutely cause harm. We knew of a number of kids having fits because of the pulse modulation, and other people within the authority actually telling people that they don't pulse modulate. However, we've got the videos to prove the evidence. The evidence is damning. This is happening right across the country. It's a UN Resilient City agenda. It is a secret covert, like the one in Sheffield, £2 billion secret agenda to chop down all the trees to fit illegal equipment in your near locality. It's commit genocide on you. It's not just the spying. You can spy in the midterm, but I'm going to tell you now, that's to degrade and attack you. All right? Because this equipment's been designed as a weapon. A weapon is something that is designed to cause bodily harm. These designed pieces of equipment are specifically there to cause harm. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Ignorance is no defence in law. Any lawyer will tell you that. So if you want to go and seek legal advice and say how much of a pickle you're in, even Boris Johnson has mentioned about the LED streetlights and the capacity for nefarious activity. So some nefarious activity, and as we'll see, going forward into 2020, a couple of legal cases will be quite historic. And there's a number of cases going on across the world which will be historic as well. The mainstream media are out to lunch. Obviously, they're starting to tickle this. The article in the Daily Star is a start. It's not going to be the only one, because as the evidence starts to grow, the increase in death rates, the sickness increases, will all start to prove a little bit too difficult for the cabal to cover up. They won't be able to, and we are far too early. So be positive. The fact that governments are having to take out advertising campaigns to lie to the public about the 5G, that tells you all you need to know. They're in a panic. They're in a fluster. They're on the run. We've got them on the run. So spread this information far and wide. Anybody that doesn't get it, believers, just look at the technicalities of 5G, the science and the technicalities behind it, and the LEDs are absolutely toxic. Even Public Health England, who are out for lunch, have said that the risk to your eyesight. All right, so they will blind you. Make no mistake about it. It's an accumulative radiation exposure over time. Anybody on a motorway, you must wear protective eyewear. All right, I'll tell people the mirror-coated lenses. All right, they're the best. I've got some here somewhere. I'll show you what they are, because everybody keeps asking us in the videos. They're really, see the mirror lens, that helps to reflect the radiation back out. These are another type of lens that's specific, because when I'm on a screen, obviously there's a pulse modulated screen system which is pretty unhealthy, so consequently that's why I always wear protective eyewear on a screen. All right, so anyway, we've said enough this morning, but just be positive. We've got them on the run. It's time to push harder. This is the time to push harder, and obviously 2020 is coming and our numbers are absolutely stratospheric. We're getting contact every day. I've got concerned police officers in some senior positions around the country starting to look into this one. And I'm telling you now, nobody wants to die. This equipment's here to kill. It's to kill en masse. Consequently, the cabal are in a bit of a pickle. And the people who are still acquiescing and doing as they're told, like the schoolboys that they are, believe us, your signatures are on it. You've bought in the equipment and you haven't upheld the law. The law's pretty straightforward. Full public consultation, environmental impact analysis. You didn't do any, did you? And the reason you didn't do any, because you knew it would fail. Well, I knew it'll fail, and that's why none was carried out. So you just keep doing as you're told. We're coming, and you're going to spend quite a substantial time in a prison cell. All right? So for the MPs who think I'm a bit offensive, I'm going to tell you now, you can have that conversation in a prison cell with the rest of you. All right?